Hello everyone, I hope you are all fine. So this is another solved example about recording in journal, posting to ledger and preparing the trial balance. Here you have some of the financial transactions that we are going to record in the journal, then post to the ledger and finally prepare the trial balance. The first transaction states that the owner started his business by investing 600,000, involves 300,000 building, 100,000 equipment, and 200,000 cash. Of course, building, equipment, and cash are all assets, and all these represents the capital of the business. So the journal entry will be as follows. Then the second transaction states that the business purchased furniture for 20,000 cash. Of course, purchasing furniture is increasing the assets and the cash will decrease. So furniture will be in the debit side and cash in the credit side, like this. Furniture for 20 in the debit, cash for 20 in the credit side. On the 3rd of Jan, purchased supplies for 60,000, paid half or 10,000, sorry, cash and the remainder on account. This means that we have purchased supplies that worth 60. We only pay 10,000 on the 3rd of Jan and there is still 50 to be paid later. So the journal entry will be as follows. Supplies in the debit side, as it is an asset and by purchasing supplies we increased the assets. Cash in the credit side as it decreased. Accounts payable, which is a liability, will appear in the credit side by 50. On the 4th of Jan, the business performed services for 80,000 and collected 65,000 cash. It means that we have performed some services to a customer that worth 80,000 and we only received 65 at this date, at the 4th of January. It means that there is still like 15,000 that we're gonna collect later on. So the journal entry will be cash in the debit side as we received cash, so we increased our cash and assets, and a new asset will appear which is accounts receivable. These are the amount I need to collect later on from the customer. And service revenues, we know that revenues are normally credit and it increased by credit, so we place it in the credit side. On the 5th of January, the business paid 15,000 for 1 year rent. This is called a prepaid expense. What do you mean by a prepaid expense? A prepaid expense is an asset, one of the assets. It happens when we pay any expense but in advance. So we deal with this as any other asset. So prepaid rent will be in the debit side for 15 and we paid cash, so it will be placed in the credit side. On the 6th of January, the business paid 10,000 for the accounts payable dated 3/1. So let's take a look at the journal entry of 3/1. We're gonna find that we have purchased supplies before, paid 10,000 cash, and we still need to pay 50,000 for those accounts payable. So at 6th of January, we're gonna pay 10,000 for these accounts payable. So it is placed in the credit side. We're gonna bring it in the debit side and cash in the credit side as shown down here. Accounts payable in the debit by 10, cash in the credit by 10. So it is placed in the credit. If we wanna decrease it, we bring it in the debit side. On 7th of January, the company received 12,000 for services expected to be rendered in March 31. This is a new case which we call unearned revenues. Unearned revenues happen when we receive the cash or the money or the value of a service and we didn't perform this service to the customer yet. So it is considered as a liability. And the journal entry will be as follows. Cash we received in the debit side by 12 and the new liability unearned revenue will appear in the credit side. On the 8th of January, the owner withdrew 1000 cash for personal use. So the journal entry will be withdrawals in the debit side and cash in the credit side. One last transaction is collecting the on account of date for January. Let us go back and see what was the journal entry on the 4th of January. The journal entry was cash in the debit and account receivable in the credit for 15,000. This is what we are talking about in this transaction. We're gonna collect this amount. We're gonna collect these accounts receivable. So it was previously placed in the debit side. When we collect this amount, we're gonna place it in the credit side and cash in the debit side, as you can see here. Cash in the debit for 15, accounts receivable in the credit by 15. So we increased the cash and decreased the accounts receivable. Finally, your journal will look like this and you'll be able to post the figures to the ledger. All these figures will be transferred and posted to the ledger, and then finally to prepare the trial balance. The second required is to prepare the ledger and to post all the figures within the journal to the trial balance. We already know and discussed this before, and we know there are certain steps that we need to do. First, you're gonna count how many accounts do we have within the journal, and then open a T account for each one and start transferring and posting each figure to its place within the account. So this will be the form of the account called cash. Here we have the cash account. These are the figures transferred to the debit side. These are the figures transferred to the credit side. Then you need to calculate the balance, and we have discussed this before. We said that we calculate how much debit side has, how much the credit side has, then we subtract each side and place the balance within the greatest side like this, and of course this balance will appear in the debit side within the trial balance. On 7th of January, the company received 12,000 for services expected to be rendered in March 31. This is a new case which we call unearned revenues. Unearned revenues happen when we receive the cash or the money or the value of a service and we didn't perform this service to the customer yet. So it is considered as a liability. And the journal entry will be as follows. Cash we received in the so we'll keep posting to the opened accounts like capital, and note that for capital the balance will be credit because the credit side has 600,000 and the debit side is empty, so the balance will be 600,000 in the credit side. The same goes for furniture, but its balance will be debit. We'll keep doing this for each account like supplies and service revenue. Supplies will have a debit balance for 60, service revenue will have a credit side for 80,000. Now let's see and talk about accounts receivable account. This account will be closed account. What do you mean by closed account? It happens when the debit side exactly equals to the credit side. So there is no balance, neither debit or credit. So we call it a closed account. And this means that it will not appear within the trial balance. Now finally, we have posted all the figures to the opened account and we are ready to prepare the trial balance. We're gonna collect all the debit accounts in the debit side, all the credit accounts within the credit side, and the total must be equal. Finally, this will be the trial balance for this example. We have all these debit accounts and these credit accounts, and the total for both is equal. That's all for now, and thank you.